I'm the Shinigami, and today I'm reviewing Naruto chapter 630. So, let's start off. Okay, so the key points are we see Kakashi and Obito in Obito's little inner world inside his eye or whatever. And they're talking for a bit, they talk for quite a bit, a lot of the chapter, and then we switch over to the battlefield, where Naruto still is, and Sakura's trying to encourage everybody. She's saying that she's going to heal Naruto, and then everybody needs to help support him and stuff, blah blah blah. And then Shikamaru's like, you know, can you connect me to these certain people? He talks to them, he tells them his strategy, what he wants to do. And they ask Ino to connect him to everybody, and she says, of course I can. And so she connects him to everybody, and then he tells all of them his plan, which is to set up some walls. And then we go back to, you know, Kakashi and Obito still talking inside, and then the final thing is the arrival of somebody we've been waiting for. Having a lot of arrivals this week. I can say two, but still, this month has been a lot of arrivals. Alright, so the first part is Kakashi and Obito talking. They're really just, Kakashi's just trying to, you know, get Obito to stop all this madness. He's trying to bring him and help him understand. It's like, life's good. I mean, life's good. Just, you know, live it. And Obito's like, I don't hate you, Kakashi. I've always been your friend. Like this really creepy sort of like, just personality just switched or something, I don't know. He's like, isn't this world perfect? This could be a perfect world. We could be happy here. It's like, okay. Obito just got a little creepy. But I think he's trying to convert Kakashi now. So, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but it was still nice. And then Kakashi's like, Obito, you need to let go of your memories. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Come on. This world is perfect by the new friends that you make, not the old ones that you lost. You can't fill your heart with fake lies. You have to fill your heart with new friends who care about you. So then we switch over to Shikamaru and Ino, and they're talking about the battlefield. So Shikamaru contacts somebody from the, I'm not sure which village he's from. I believe he's from the same, I know he's a rock type user, earth type user. I just can't remember the name of the village. Oh, well. So, contacts him and he's like, hey, we need to do something about this. And he's like, I need you to make up a lot of smaller walls, and then, you know, get everybody to make one big wall. Whenever the chapters first come out, it's a rough translation, so it's kind of difficult to understand, because it is sort of like half Japanese and half English. You know, they haven't pieced it perfectly together yet, so. But, at the same time, the Jubi is also is changing forms again, because, you know, almost has as many changes, as many transformations as Aizen. But it turns into a giant flower, and I thought that was hilarious because Aizen turned into a butterfly, and it turned into a flower. They go together. But yeah, it turns into a giant flower, and it's firing off a special attack. I have so much trouble remembering stuff right now. I'm so tired. So yeah, and then Shikamaru connects to everybody. And he gives everybody the plan. The Jubi fires its attack, which like destroys a whole bunch of walls. And we go back to Kakashi and Obito. They're still talking. And I just had something I wanted to say earlier. Oh yeah. Kakashi uses Obito's words. He's like, I'm trash. Kakashi just says, I'm trash. I know that, and I live with that. He says, but one thing I know is people who turn their backs on their friends are even worse than trash. And people who get rid of their feelings for their friends are even worse than that. So in a way, he's sort of using Obito's own words against him. So Obito goes. But we'll see in the next chapter. I mean, Obito's probably not going to be able to be converted, but I don't know. Who knows? So we go back to the battlefield. Jubi's just fired its attack, heading towards everybody. Everybody's like, oh, it's going to end here. And then, you know, next thing is we see this Kunai, specially ship Kunai, and immediately you're like, oh, we know this. And it's Minato. And Minato arrives at the field. He's like, sorry I'm late. With a really epic entrance, I don't remember exactly what it was. And then Naruto's like, glad you're here, Dad. And I'm sitting here thinking, I would have been more surprised than that. Or at least give an indication earlier that I noticed his Reiatsu. No. Oh my god, I'm getting stuff confused. His chakra. Noticed his chakra. But it's just the total lack of surprise on Naruto's face. He's like, glad to see you here. Just like that. Like, I was expecting more. Dad? You're here? Even if it was like the knife, even if it was his kunai hitting the ground, he was shocked from that, there still would have been some leftover emotion. I mean, otherwise it's composed like this. Because remember, he travels very fast with that kunai. It's like, it'll be like, so Dad, you're here. No, there's got to be something left over, so why am I using my hands like this? I have no idea. Cut them off. So yeah. And then, yeah, we just see that he's coming to the battlefield. Naruto shows very little emotion at all. And yeah, that's about it for the chapter. Basic badassness for the chapter was very few badass stuff except for the badass entrance, but overall it was about a 5. Attention level, how much attention was I paying? I was paying about 4. I wasn't really as drawn into this chapter as I usually am. Satisfactory, how satisfied I'm with this chapter? It was a little odd. So overall satisfaction, I have to say about a 7. I was glad to see Minato finally getting to the battlefield, oh my god. And interesting, how interesting was the chapter. For Naruto, for like hardcore Naruto fans, the interesting was through the roof, but generally interesting, 6.5. Comedy, how funny was the chapter? It had like 1 comedic part, unless you count the beginning part where Obito was really creepy, then it would be about 2. Fan service, unless you like the characters, blah blah blah. General fan service is 0. Animation, how well drawn was this chapter? It was pretty well drawn, so I'd have to give it about an 8, 8.5. Predictability, sort of predictive, so I'd have to say 4 or 5. Overall chapter rating out of 5 stars would have to be 2.5 or 3 stars. Because it was good, it's like, I don't know, expecting more, I guess. That is it for me. Remember, links in the description, like, subscribe, add to favorites, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, we really appreciate all of it, and remember, we upload videos all the time. But yeah, One Piece chapter review is coming out next, or maybe Game of Thrones, I don't know. So, I am the Shinigami, and I am signing off. John.